Hey guys, CryptoDad here again, and the ledger Donjon has recently announced that they discovered a vulnerability in the Tangem cards using a sophisticated attack called a tearing attack. Now, Tangem disagrees with Ledger's findings, and so I'm going to explain exactly what the ledger Donjon is, how they discovered this attack, how it works, and Tangem's response. But most importantly, I'm going to give you an easy fix to harden the security of your Tangem cards, making this attack impossible. So let's jump in. So Tangem wallets, a brute force vulnerability was revealed by rival Ledger. Okay? So a security flaw allowing hackers to brute force the PIN code of Tangem's cold wallet cards by cutting off their source of power was revealed yesterday by Ledger's white hat hacker team, Donjon. Ledger CTO Charles Guillemet announced on his X account about the exploit. Unfortunately for Tangem, Donjon noted that it can't be patched on already existing Tangem cards. In order to perform the attack, the Donjon discovered that cutting Tangem card's source of power before it acknowledges a password attempt stops it from registering a failed password. A hacker would then need to determine if they found the right password. Donjon discovered that by analyzing the electromagnetic emissions the card emits with each attempt, they can see a pattern of peaked electromagnetic emissions indicating that the correct combination was found. By doing this, hackers can attempt as many passwords as they like without fear of activating any security protocols. Donjon says it would normally take 5 days to brute force a 4-digit code with Tangem security protections, and roughly 148 years to brute force an 8-digit code. However, the tearing attack reduces this time to under 1 hour for a 4-digit code and 460 days for an 8-digit code, as it allows for 2.5 password attempts every second. It estimates that the cost to carry all this out would come to around $5,000, adding that while the setup cost is relatively low, making it accessible to a wider range of attackers, the need for physical proximity to the target card remains a prerequisite, meaning that the attacker would need physical access to the card. They'd have to steal the card from you and have it in their possession to make this happen. Like, a lot of people don't quite understand the difference. They think an exploit means that it can be remotely done. No. This exploit, the attacker must have physical access to the device. Regardless, there's not much that can be done to fix the exploit for the current Tangem cards out there. It's not a patchable fix. As such, Donjon's advice for attackers is to use an 8-character or more password with a mixture of letters, numbers, and symbols. Tangem isn't fazed about card findings. According to Donjon, Tangem wasn't fazed by Donjon's findings and concluded it wasn't a vulnerability. In their opinion, the proposed attack scenario does not pose a significant risk. Because of this, a Donjon representative told Protos that Tangem didn't award them a bounty, despite Donjon following the responsible disclosure process. Indeed, Tangem told Protos that it rewards practical, real-world vulnerabilities and not a theoretical lab attack that is self-defeating by design and requires immense resources. So they disagree, right? According to Tangem, Donjon's method would essentially physically destroy the card's chip long before an access code could be guessed. It said that even if it survived, cracking a 4-digit code would take months and over 64 years if it was 5 digits. The research oddly focused on 4-digit pins, while our cards support much stronger alphanumeric access codes with symbols, making the real-world challenge exponentially harder. For these reasons, the scenario remains purely academic. While the research is technically interesting, it does not represent a practical vulnerability or risk to our users, Tangem concluded. Donjon, however, found Tangem's response to its findings disappointing and called its arguments inaccurate. Donjon claims the cards it tested never died, and that the tearing process means there's no writing done to the flash memory to wear it out. It insists that the exploit would speed up the brute force attack by 100 times, especially for weak passwords, which Tangem rejects. Donjon also said it wasn't a sophisticated attack thanks to the low cost and the fact that the security test is required for a basic level certification such as EAL 3 grade. Now, this might not work because sometimes the Tangem app will not allow me to do screen sharing. Okay. Looks like this thing won't come into focus. All right, so I have a card set here. Now let's just assume that I set this up with a 4-digit PIN. Now, you remember Tangem was kind of like, oh, come on now, you're just testing a 4-digit PIN. Who uses 4-digit PINs? We allow users to use longer access codes with letters and symbols and numbers. Yeah, they do, but think of the average person. Are they going to use an 8-digit access code with numbers and symbols, or are they going to use 1, 2, 3, 4? Because it'll let you do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it will. It has to be at least 4. So I think that's why Ledger was testing that. So if you chose 1, 2, 3, 4 as your access code, you need to beef up right now to prevent this hack, this exploit. Now remember, I mentioned that it's not a remote hack, right? So if you've got all your Tangem cards in your possession, then this hack won't work. But let's just assume you're worried that someone might steal your Tangem card at some point, right? You have to think out these scenarios. If somebody you know knows that you have a lot of crypto on a Tangem card, then you have to be very cognizant of your physical security. Hey guys, I'm on Facebook and I'm in Paris, and your friends are like, hey, I think he probably has his backup cards at his house somewhere. So you have to think of every scenario. So even if they were to steal your Tangem card, if you had a strong access code, then you wouldn't have anything to worry about. So let's go into Tangem. Sorry, I got to get Face ID going here. All right, where are we here? Okay, we need to go over to this card set. This is kind of a test card set. And basically what we want to do is we want to go up to the top right over here, tap these 3 dots, and now we want to choose the wallet that we're dealing with, right? So we'll go to this wallet, and then we go to device settings, and now we need to scan the card first. So we scan the card to get into the card management settings. Is it going to let me do this? It might not let me do this because I'm sharing screen. Yeah, that's probably why. Let me get out of this and stop sharing the screen. All right, so we go into device settings. We got to bring that card up. Got to do the Face ID. Well, the things I go through for you guys. Okay, there we go. Now we have access to the card settings, right? So we want access code. Oh, change access code. Boom. Face ID again. Sometimes it depends on your... Oh, because I use Face ID, right? When I use Face ID, I'm allowed to, I've set up Face ID on this card to get in, right? So I've basically bypassed the entering of the access code to gain access. But here is where I would enter a new access code. Let's just change it to something stupid like 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, you would want something harder, right? But you understand what I'm getting at here. You can use numbers, letters, and you have to remember you don't want your access code to be so hard you forget it, and it makes it hard to enter it. And of course, you can enable fingerprint or Face ID to bypass that physical entrance of the access code. But for security purposes, you want a good access code, right? So we hit continue here. And then it wants me to scan the card again. And we're done. And now we've just updated the access code. Now, unfortunately, from what I can tell, I need to do it for the entire card set. So I'll hit scan card again, and now I need to get up the other card. Right? And then I need to go in there and change the access code for that one. Continue. What was I on? The yellow one? I think I was on the yellow one. All right. And then we need to do it for the this one, the teal. All right, we need to get all three of these updated with our much better access code. All right, change access code. Do something complicated. As you can see, it looks like you could have different access codes for each of the cards in your card set. So when you first set up the set, I believe it imprints the access code on all three cards automatically without you having to go to each card individually. Like when you first set up the access code, it's going to say, okay, bring up card number 2 and bring up card number 3, and imprints the access code on all three cards in one fell swoop during the initial setup. But when you're going in and you're adjusting or changing the access code, from what I can see, you have to do it per card, all three. And you have to be very careful because you could accidentally set one of the cards to the wrong access code if you're not paying attention. So you have to be very mindful here. Be very careful when doing this. But if you set your card to, 8-digit or an 8-character passcode, then the ledger discovered exploit would fail, even if someone had stolen your cards. So it's an easy fix, right? There are a lot of issues surrounding this exploit. A lot of people might say, well, what's Ledger trying to do? Are they just trying to make Tangem look bad? No, they crack their own wallets and they crack other wallets. That's all they do all day. And as you noted in that article, they even were expecting to get a bug bounty for that. So it's in their best interest to find and report these exploits. And in fact, they reported the exploit to Tangem 90 days ago, right? They give them 90 days to address the issue. But in this case, because the Tangem cards are not updatable, the Tangem really couldn't do anything except explain that it's not a reasonable exploit. They don't even consider it an exploit. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't beef up your access code. If you're using a 4-digit PIN, you shouldn't be, right? So I just showed you how to update your access code on your Tangem card set. Easy peasy. Be proactive with your security.